Travel insurance, travel protection. Should you buy it? What does it cover? What if I don't get it? Hi, I'm Jack with DestinationWeddingEase.com, and in this video I'm going to talk to you a little bit about travel insurance or travel protection so you can make a better decision if you or your guests should purchase travel insurance for your destination wedding or for any vacation. Okay, before we get started, if you can hit the subscribe button or maybe the notification button. I post videos every Tuesday, so at least if you hit the subscriber notification, you'll receive information about my new videos. Now let's talk about travel insurance. Why would you buy travel insurance, or why would you not buy travel insurance? So travel insurance provides some safety and protection in the investment you're making on this trip you're going to take. So most people will typically purchase travel insurance because they're worried about canceling their trip and getting their money back. If you don't have it, the majority of times, if you do cancel your trip within, say, 30 days of departure, you're going to lose pretty much all of your money, whether it's a cruise, a destination wedding, or any trip. So if you purchase travel insurance, you want to make sure that you're purchasing a policy that says cancel for any reason. The cancel for any reason clause will give you the ability, up until sometimes the morning of the trip, to actually call the insurance company and just cancel. You wake up and it's raining out, or your nail color doesn't look good, you can call to cancel. If you do not have a cancel for any reason clause, your canceling reason is only going to be typically medical or a death. But again, you have to read the fine print, because sometimes you'll see that your credit card includes insurance, or you can find insurance for $19.99. The likelihood of those policies having a cancel for any reason clause is pretty minimal. A lot of times we have guests that'll say, well, I have my own insurance, and then about a month before they cancel and they're going to use it, and they're calling us saying, well, that insurance didn't cover. And our experience over the past 30 years is, unless you purchase a good travel insurance policy, they typically are not going to have a cancel for any reason clause. Again, one of the reasons for this cancel for any reason, with this virus that's happening now, most of the insurance companies are covering that even if you don't have the virus. Some of them, the less expensive policies, you have to have a diagnosis with the virus to get paid. But if you have the cancel for any reason, if you just decide a day or two before the trip that you're concerned about people wearing masks or people at the resort for the wedding, you can use the cancel for any reason clause. Now, the other thing a good policy will cover is medical treatments. Let's say you're someplace and you fall and you get hurt while playing volleyball. Yes, you have your own personal health insurance from at home, but sometimes in these places it won't cover. So a good travel insurance or travel protection policy will have medical insurance as part of the policy that will cover you in the destination you're in. Another great feature for travel insurance is for your personal belongings. So let's say that you have a connection, you miss the connection, and your bags go to South Africa instead of Jamaica. You laugh, but that actually happened to me heading to Mexico. My bags went to Africa. I spent 4 days without any clothing or a bag, and I am sorry to say I did not have travel insurance. But let's say you do have the travel insurance. The travel insurance will help tracking the bag. They will also provide a benefit so that you can go out and buy some additional clothing. And if ultimately the airline does lose the bag, they'll provide a benefit to purchase a new bag. As part of the personal belongings, let's say somehow you've lost your passport or some of your documents, the travel protection will also help you work to get the documents reissued or provide a concierge to help resolve some of the issues related to that. The other nice thing with most travel insurances, they will have a delay coverage. So let's say that you're on a flight connecting through Charlotte, you miss your connection, which ultimately causes you to miss the day of the wedding. Well, now you've paid for the wedding night you're missing. You may have to get a hotel in Charlotte the airlines no longer are going to pay for. A lot of times the insurance coverage will pay for those two variables to help you cover some of the costs that you now incurred. So let me talk about some travel myths that people believe on why they don't buy insurance. The first one is, well, my credit card already gives me free travel insurance. I would say if you believe that you want to call your credit card company and ask them to send you a document and review what the benefits are. The likelihood is the benefits are pretty minimal. The other thing is people believe, well, if I miss a connection or if the airline cancels the flight, they're going to pay for my new flight, the hotel for that night, and I can submit my expenses for the missed night at the wedding. That's not true also. Many times the airlines will put you on another flight, but they are not going to pay if they cancel you and you've got to spend the night in Dallas to make your connection. They're not going to reimburse you if you missed the wedding. We have had clients miss their own family member's wedding because of missed connections. It cost them a night in one city and they lost the night on the other, and they missed the wedding ceremony. So travel insurance would A, reimburse you for those expenses, and B, through one of the concierges with the travel insurance provider, they will help you try to get on another flight. We will do that also if we booked your flights, but if you book them direct, the travel insurance may be able to help you with that. Another myth we hear is, well, if I cancel last minute because of a family member's death or illness, the travel provider, the hotel, the airline will give me my money back anyway because of hardship. Not anymore. The bottom line is the hotels, the resorts, the cruise lines, if you don't have insurance, you are not getting your money back. So again, if you have the insurance, it has a cancellation or a delay clause in it, they will reimburse you. We highly advise everybody to look at travel insurance. Now people say to me, Jack, who should buy travel insurance? Again, I suggest it for everybody, but here's what I would say really, that I would definitely purchase travel insurance. If you have little children that you're going to leave at home when you go to a wedding or on a trip, I would purchase travel insurance, because if they get sick and you have to cancel, you'd like to get reimbursed. Or let's say mom stays home and dad's still going to go, well, now all of a sudden you may be able to get some of your money back for the one person canceling. Same thing, let's say you have older parents and they may come down with an illness. That's another reason. If you are a nervous person, travel insurance is great, especially with the cancel for any reason clause. Because again, if you decide that there's thunderstorms, or that you just decide that you don't want to go to Jamaica for your sister's wedding, you can utilize the insurance to get reimbursed for that. Another reason I really like travel insurance is if you're going to travel during hurricane season and you're going to the Caribbean or Mexico, or if it's tsunami season, you're going to Asia for a wedding, travel insurance is great so that if you don't have to second guess yourself, if you want to take a risk of going because you're watching something on the Weather Channel, you can cancel your trip and get reimbursed because of the weather. The same thing is true as, let's say you're going to a wedding that may be held in Jamaica or Mexico and the weather there is great, but you live in Minneapolis in February and you see a storm coming and you're worried about driving, you can utilize the benefit to cancel because of the weather where you are potentially, as well as the weather where the wedding is. Now, here's the big question. What does it cost? So there's different policies. There's some really inexpensive policies, but again, most of them are going to talk about coverage, but as you read the fine print, it's going to be if you are sick or a family member is sick or someone in your house is sick, they'll require you to get a doctor's note. The policies that we like are going to have the cancel for any reason clause and all those other benefits. They are typically priced based upon the price of your trip, your age, and then sometimes where you live. Different states have different insurance rates. But as an estimate, you can say that a good travel insurance policy will run between 5% to 10% of the cost of your trip. So at the end of the day, yes, we suggest travel insurance if you're a guest attending a destination wedding, if you're taking a cruise, if you're going on a family trip. I would say it's worthwhile looking at what the cost is compared to the investment. Look, if you're spending $500 or $600 for the trip and the travel insurance is $200, I probably wouldn't do it. But if you're spending $1,000, $1,500 and you can insure that whole trip with a great policy for $100 to $150 per person it's probably a great option. Hopefully I've answered your questions about travel insurance. There's a lot of different policies out there, but as I said, you really have to look at what it includes so it's comprehensive and it provides value for you and your family, whoever's traveling.